Hey everyone, thank you for joining me today. My name is Shannon. I am going to be doing something extremely exciting today. I am going to be reviewing an Oracle card deck. Now, the artwork in this is what drew my attention to this deck, and I am truly excited to be able to show you this deck. Now, I will tell you, I am 100% a beginner. I am a beginner with Oracle cards, and I am a beginner with witchcraft, period. I am not confident enough to call myself a witch yet. I will tell you that I am a witch in training. Let's go with that. So I will give you my thoughts on this deck, my little first impression, but the whole point of me doing this is because I know I'm not the only beginner out there, and I think it would be nice for us to be able to learn together instead of feeling like we're the only ones out there who are just beginning our journey. There are a lot of people on here that have years of training and knowledge, and they are so talented, and I watch all of their videos. A couple are BehatiLife, and so you check out her channel because she is so good. I've watched some of her readings sometimes, and I am like, yes, that means everything to me right now. So you have to go and check out her channel if you're not a subscriber to her at this point in time. You need to be. I also watch a lot of Avalon Cameron. Hopefully I'm saying her name correctly. I apologize if I didn't, but she's a sweetheart to watch. I love watching her videos. You can tell that she just has this big open heart when you're watching her videos, and she's so sweet and kind, and if it wasn't for those ladies, I don't think I would be doing this right now. So yeah, so I'm very new to this, and the whole point of me doing this is because those women have a lot of knowledge, and they are great to go and watch, to learn directly from them. But I am here to learn with you. I don't want to learn everything for you and then tell it to you like it is. I want us to learn from each other. So I want you to be able to watch my video and go, hey, I know a little bit about that. Let me tell her about that. And then I learn from you while I am also telling things to you. I have a couple ideas in mind about certain series that we can do. So I am very excited, but that is all to come in the future. Today we are going to be taking a look at this deck. Beautiful artwork. This deck was created by Cavendish, and the artwork was actually created by, I'm going to screw up the name, Jasmine Becket-Griffith. Amazing artwork. There are 44 cards in this deck with a guidebook, which we will get into. It is a little bit on the back there, so you can see like the little sample cards down there. Very cool. It is a very sturdy box, so you can actually do what I do and store it on a bookshelf, because it does have the side there where you can, a little bit of a glare, you can see the name just from seeing it on a bookshelf, so I thought that was pretty cool. I am not somebody that likes to store my cards in like the little baggies. I think that's, I don't know, kind of messy on my bookshelves or whatever. So I like the fact that it has this, because I have other decks that have, hold on, they have like the flimsy boxes, and basically over time this is what happens. Now, this is a deck I had like way back in the day, like 8th grade. Oh my god, look how tiny it is. It's crazy. Yeah, so the inside of the box, blue on both sides. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is that when you put the cards in the box, they just slide around. There's nothing holding them in there. So it would be nice if they had, I've seen other decks where there's like an insert in there, and the cards just sit in the insert and they don't move, and then you put the guidebook over top of it, so everything's nice and secure in there, and nothing moves around. So if you wanted to like throw these in your purse and take it to somebody's house to do a reading, you know, you wouldn't hear the cards rattling around. But anyway, let's get into this deck first, and I'll show you some of the artwork, and then we'll get into the guidebook, which tells us how to use these bad boys. So these are the cards. This is the back of the cards. Super cute. Little doll baby there. She looks like she has a wedding cake behind her. I didn't even see that at first. Some little, there's like insects crawling on her. Can you see that? Pull back a little bit. She's super cute. These cards are extremely high gloss. So when I took them out of the box, they were completely stuck together. I had to like, you know how you gotta get the cards and you gotta like bend them apart and they'd snap, crackle, and pop? That's what I had to do. And even that wasn't enough. I literally had to sit here and pry each card from each other. So yeah, so I'm not like a huge fan of super high gloss cards. They do tend to get stuck together more frequently than like the matte cards do, but I haven't really had an issue since I got them out of the box. So yeah, so that's the back. Let's show you some of the artwork here. I'm going to pick out some of my favorites to show you. I don't want to show you everything because that'll kind of spoil the enigma of the deck. It'll spoil the deck for you if I show you everything. But I'll show you a few. Okay. So these are just some of a few that are my favorites. The ones that I think are super pretty. So this one here, I mean, you just see, look at the eyes. There's so much detail in the eyes. The fact that you can, it looks wet is crazy to me. Little blood in her mouth. Don't forget, we are dealing with vampires. And this card is thirst, so it's quite natural for them to paint an image of somebody drinking blood in this. Now, these cards do have numbers at the bottom. I don't know if that's just because we're numbering the cards for, like, to keep track in the guidebook, or if the numbers have any meaning. But when we take a look at the guidebook, we will see if there's anything in there about the numbers. Beautiful. You can see like the fish have like butterfly tails. I don't know what kind of fish they are, but I feel like I've seen them before. Major Red Riding Hood vibes here with the wolf. And she looks like she has a red hood on. This one's pretty cool. Ancient. It says it represents ancestry, Egypt, magical inheritances. So it's quite fitting that there's some Egyptian images in the background there. A little risky. She looks a little nude. I'm not sure if she has like a bathing suit top of some sort, or like a bra on or something like that. But I love the details in the back, like of the wall, like the hieroglyphs, or however you want to pronounce it. The little flowers have little skulls in them. I actually have a couple flowers like that myself. Super detailed. Even got her belly button pierced. This gives me major Poison Ivy from Batman vibes. This is a Maenad. It's supposed to represent Maenad. Very cool. She's super pretty. Last one. This is by far my favorite one. Oh, gosh. It looks like the skull is like whispering evil things in her ears, and her eyes are just glassy like she's possessed by this evil thing. Card's name is Prey. Stalked, invaded, watched. Creepy vibes. So we will have to, I'm interested in what that card means, actually. So we'll keep that one out for our guidebook. Let's take a look at the guidebook now. Guidebook is same artwork as the front of the box. Identical. Backs are different, though. There's a little bit of information here. It says, you are about to meet the most elegant, most lonely, and most seductive guardians of them all. This magical guidebook will introduce you to the powerful ancient Les Vampires and includes comprehensive instructions on how to safely connect with them, how to work with your cards, and 3 easy-to-learn spreads to give you readings of extraordinary support and clear guidance when working through a time of difficulty or loss in life. So it kind of sounds like this deck has a purpose. It's kind of meant for when you have a more difficult situation in your life, or a loss. Now, loss doesn't mean that you have to lose a person or a loved one. It can mean that you lost a job, or you're no longer friends with somebody that you were once friends with. So we'll see what their interpretation of it is. Now, when you open it up, just really quick looking through it, it is in, you can see black and white images, which I don't mind. But the numbers are there, so that's good. We'll have to see if the numbers mean anything. Let's take a look at the front of this. All right, so I'm not gonna read the whole thing to you, but I will read kind of like the introduction paragraph. It says, "Let me have the honor of introducing you to the denizens of the realm of mystery, legend, and power. Within these pages and on each of these magical cards, you will be introduced to beings whose messages, expertise, and commitment to guiding you is unsurpassed." Ooh. For this world is now ready to be open to all of us, and these beings are ready to help and be helped by you. Les Vampire comes to those who are undergoing a test. If a shadow has fallen over your life, if you are confronting the unknown, you may feel abandoned and lonely, as if there is no light, no guide, and no path to follow. This is the time when we have need of those who walk the hidden paths of the dark forest, the ones who have made the night their home, the guardians who can help you find your way back to the dawn. It is time for you to receive the support of the beautiful creatures called Les Vampires. Then there is a section for layouts for Les Vampires. That's pretty cool. So it tells you that before you do anything with this deck, they want you to bless your deck. So you can see a ceremonial blessing of your deck, and it tells you exactly how to do that. It's pretty extensive, so that's pretty cool. Then it tells you how to shuffle your cards, which is pretty cool, because for a beginner, you don't know if you're supposed to shuffle them like playing cards or what. So that's pretty cool. They actually have a whole section that tells you how to shuffle the cards. So let's see in this section if it mentions anything about face up or reversed, if it's anything like tarot cards in that way. Find a way that works best for you. That's good. These cards can be quite large for many people, including me. Thus, I shuffle holding the cards lengthwise. So basically, it's saying you could shuffle it however the hell you want. We're not here to tell you you're shuffling wrong. And then it has a section on reading for others, which is pretty cool, because you know as soon as you tell all your friends that you have this brand new beautiful oracle deck, they're gonna be like, ooh, tell me my future, ooh, tell me about myself. So that's pretty cool. And then it gets into, you can see here, let me just bend it back. I know some people don't like when you do that with books. Your traditional 1, 2, 3 card layout there, and then it has a description there on how to read it. It actually goes into this page here. There's also another reading there. That is huge. I don't think I've ever seen a 13 card reading before. Then again, I'm new, and it's definitely possible that I just am oblivious, so that's true. Pretty cool. Tells you first card, second card tells you what every single one of them is supposed to be. There is the Byzantine cross. Byzantine cross. Correct me if I said that incorrectly. That looks kind of interesting. Curious why that card is sideways, why that matters. But we can get into that in a different video. Maybe we can try that layout in a reading. So I don't see anything in here that says that the numbers mean anything. I don't see anything in here that says there's a difference between the card being upright or reversed. But when you go into, what card number is this? 31. So let's go to that page there. Pray. So you can see that this is what the pages look like for this card. You can see in here though that there's like 4 different sections. This is pretty cool here. It says Le Vampire Speaks. This is legit. If you read this, it sounds like the actual girl, like this girl, this vampire is speaking to you. So it's like her words to you, which is pretty cool because it makes you kind of connect to the card a little bit more. Like, I don't know, like you can bond with it like you would bond with a friend, having a conversation with a friend. It's almost like you're doing the same thing with the character on the card. So I thought that was pretty cool. But what made me think that maybe there was like a reverse thing here is that it has a section that says blessing and a section that says curse. So the blessing, if you read it, it says, let's see, the one for this specific card here. So I'm going to cover my face while I read this to you. The blessing for this card, Pray, number 31, is you are able to make a stand and you are strong, clever, and powerful. It is time to stand up to a bully or to one who wishes to blame you for their own bad behavior. You did not attract the circumstances you find yourself within. You have a great deal more power than they wish you to have. So the blessing is very positive and kind of motivational. And then the curse gets into there are lies and manipulations taking place to make you accept the circumstance. You can change this and say clearly, no, this is not right and it is not for me. So there's kind of like it's like it legitimately is a reverse, just like a tarot card deck. They have like the upright meaning, and then if it's reversed, it's a little bit darker of a meaning. That's kind of sort of what I got from reading up on tarot cards. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. They may not all be negative when they're reversed, but that was the gist that I got. And that seems to kind of be like the same thing here, but maybe they're just doing that so that you can see both aspects of the card. Like these cards may look very dark, but their meanings aren't necessarily dark as well. So it's kind of nice to have that both ends of the spectrum type deal. And then the last section of this card, or for each card, is working with the card, which is pretty cool because it basically breaks down. This is like your action section, like what actions need to take place for you, what you need to change or do to kind of change the outcome of your fate, if that makes sense. So for this section, working with the card for the card prey, it says, do not allow yourself to be prey for another's hunger. Do not refuse to help yourself or fall into patterns of victimhood. Take good advice, demand what is yours by right, including innocence, and be strong in the face of the one who would devour you. You cannot always win, but the greatest battle you face at present is the one within you that says, I give up. Nothing ever goes my way. It can, and it will, when you believe you are worth fighting for. So that's pretty cool. So it kind of tells you, hey man, you might be fighting this nasty battle and people might be making you feel like you're the size of Thumbelina, but you know, you're going to make it through this, and you are beautiful and you are powerful, and here's how you're going to do it, and we're going to do it with you. So I think that's pretty cool to kind of simplify things for the cards. It's like, as a beginner, I really appreciate that, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Let's be honest here. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to probably have to rely on this guidebook for a while until I can get down the meanings. And I watch other witches or readers or card throwers, I think is what the term is, that is used. They'll look at the image of a card and they'll be like, oh, I see this, and look at this image, this means that to me, and they read it off of the image, which I find to be so incredibly beautiful and just mind-boggling to me, that they can look at an image and just feel all these intense feelings and emotions, and see, you know, images in their mind's eye, and just know what they mean and put all those connections together. And I do truly wish to get there someday. But for now, because I'm not there, it's nice to have the card in front of you so you can look at the image and then be able to go to the image in the book, and the book tells you, this is what it means. So for somebody like me who has no freaking clue what they're looking at in this image, it's really nice to have a helping hand to be like, this is what you're looking at, and you can always look a little bit further, but this is what we kind of wanted you to get from it. So I think that's super, super cool that they have that breakdown. There's your negative aspect of the card, there's your positive aspect of the card, because I think when they did this, they said people are going to think that all they're going to get out of this is like negativity, and that's not necessarily the case. I mean, the word is prey. You're literally a victim in this card. I mean, it says stalked, invaded, and watched. Like, that's really creepy. But they have the blessing section, which tells you, hey man, this isn't always negative. It doesn't always mean something negative. Here's a positive in it, which I am actually trying to live my life by at this point in time, because for a while there I was in such a negative mindset all of the time. You could not get me out of my funk. Everything was poor me, why does this happen to me? So I am working very intently on trying to reverse that and say, well, this negative thing happened, but here's the positive in it, and it brought me to a positive solution, and that is why it happened to me, because it is a life lesson. So I like that they have dark cards that have a positive message in it. Like, yeah, this negative thing might be happening to you, but there's a positive that's coming. So just watch out for that positive. So I thought that was super, super cool. The guidebook is super informational, super, super helpful. I think anybody who's a beginner would be able to use this Oracle card deck and use it really well. And if you're into that modern, like, doll, like, big eyes, small nose, small lip, like, they're like caricatures. If you're into that artwork, I mean, I say why pass it up. So this deck is definitely approved by me. I I cannot wait to actually use this deck either on myself or a friend or anything like that. So I'm just really excited about it. I truly, I can't wait to use it. I think it's going to be extremely powerful. I am going to do the cleansing. Let me know if you guys want to see a cleansing on it or see a reading with it. I think it would be pretty cool to do that. I don't know if I'll be able to get somebody else to read, but I can definitely do a reading for myself and see how it goes, see if it works, see if I jive with its energy and if it jives with mine, and yeah, kind of go from there. So let me know if you want to see that. Leave it down in the comments below if you do. Also give this video a like if you liked it. Likes always help us out here on YouTube. So yeah, do that. And then if you would like to be part of the Karma is a Witch family and join me more often, make sure you hit that subscribe button and let your friends know. Leave some comments down below if you have any advice on the deck. If you have this deck and have any little tidbits on how to use it, please leave that information down below. I would love to know. No negative comments to each other or to me. Negativity is not welcome here. So just remember that we're here to keep everything positive and learn and thrive here at this channel. So yeah, so I think that's everything I needed to say. Thank you so much for joining me. It was a pleasure having you here. I am so excited for you to join me next time. I have some really, really good ideas and videos coming up in the future, and I can't wait to share them with you. And yeah, I think that's it, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, wherever you are, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.